So, hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're gonna talk a little bit about taking flights for the first time, what you can expect, and I don't have the most experience with flying everywhere, so don't think that I do. I've pretty much only ever flew to New York, and but I had a good experience during the time, and most of that experience was due to the fact that I watched others on YouTube and took some notes down on like things that I could do to make sure that everything went smoothly for me. So with that being said, what did I do? I had a bag that was a part of my luggage, but it was in the luggage and I could take it out, and it had my electronics and things of that sort in it. I also had a luggage that had a generous amount of space. I'll actually show you. That bag is by London Fog, I believe. That is my favorite luggage bag. I know a lot of people like the hard ones. I liked that one because I just like the color. It's pretty to me. And I believe I got that from Ross or TJ Maxx. I'm not sure where exactly. One of those stores is where I got that luggage from. And I'm going to say it costed, because it might have been on sale, I'm not sure, but it probably costed in the range of like anywhere from $60 to $80. So yeah, that's that. But that luggage has a good amount of space in it, and you can also unzip the little compartment thing that they have. It's not really a compartment, but you can unzip it and it creates extra space for you inside the luggage. So you can do that as well. Personally, I did not want to pay for an extra luggage, so I made sure that my luggage was within the sized requirements and could be taken on board on the plane. However, if you have a bigger luggage, keep in mind that you will have to pay for that luggage to be, obviously flew to wherever you're trying to go. Oh, carry-on. So that was my checked bag, but I also was allowed a carry-on, a bag that could be fit on the floor by your feet. Both of this was included with my ticket. I didn't pay for extra for any of this. So you got that bag, and then I had an extra bag I could bring. So I did bring an extra bag that had extra things in it that I wanted that could be sat in front of me. Also, if you plan on, perhaps you want to drink a bit of alcohol, keep in mind you can do that. Keep in mind of the size requirements. Typically, like little shot bottles, they'll allow plenty of those in your bag if that's something you want to bring over, or if you want to, maybe you have flight jitters and you want to bring a shot or something and you don't want to pay the extra fee for their alcohol that they have on flight, you can do that. Like I said, just pay attention to the size requirements and you can bring that on. Food, if you think you're going to be hungry on the flight or you want to snack on the flight, you can bring that as well. They do provide you with snacks. You can look up what snacks they give out if you want. Our airline had like pretzels and other things, sodas, different sodas, and often walked back and forth with the snack little thing, as long as there wasn't any reason for everyone to be seated. And then they would ask if you wanted something. You usually gave a cup of ice and with the can of soda or something that you could pour the soda in. So that was cool as well. Oh, keep in mind, this is my experience with JetBlue specifically. I've only flown with JetBlue. I do like JetBlue, and if I were to fly again, I would fly with JetBlue. It was a good experience for me. The pilots, getting tongue twisted. The pilots were great, and the cabin crew, I think that's what they're called. They were great as well. So yeah, and we were flying from. We went to Orlando's airport because that was like the biggest airport near us, and we flew from Orlando to New York, specifically LaGuardia, so LGA. So as for getting there, we did leave ahead of time to try to get there on time, and even then we thought we were kind of late, but we weren't. We were still ahead of time, and we parked our vehicle in the parking spots that they have for your car to sit over time while you're gone. I think you pay like a fee, but it's not like a big fee or anything, so it's like fine. And then we had to walk to the little bus shutter things or whatever, and it took us to the airport area or whatever where we had to go into the inside of the airport. However, we were taken to the wrong side, so we did have to get in the Airbus out, insert clip now. And yeah, in this Airbus, I'm calling it an Airbus because I don't know what type of bus that was. I'm just calling it an Airbus. I don't know what to call it anyways, but you may know what it is. Like I said, I inserted the clip. That was what we took to get to the correct side of the airport. Then we got there and we were trying to figure out like what line to get in. Were we supposed to get in the long line, or were we supposed to go past that and go to the other area? Because we already had our tickets. We weren't sure. We actually asked someone, and we weren't supposed to get into the long line that everybody else was getting to because we already had our tickets. We were just supposed to go to the other line. So that's what we did. We went to the other line, and immediately we got there, and then we were at the scanners or whatever, and the person asked for like ID and stuff like that. And after that, what I personally wore to the airport to make things easier for me, Crocs, because I wanted to be able to slip on my shoes and off my shoes very easily. I did not want to have to struggle in line or take forever to get shoes on and off. So Crocs for me were the easiest option. I had socks on with the Crocs, so that way when I stepped out of them, I would still have something on my feet. And I put my Crocs on the machine or whatever. So after that walk through, it was like this like machine that you kind of stand in with your hands like this, and they did like a little body scan. If they needed to, they would do a little extra on you, but if not, they wouldn't. It was really cool. Like I said, it was a really easy process. How I had my items set up to be scanned or to go through the machine was great. I had no issues with that. They didn't complain about how I had it. And then after that, we got our things, and it wasn't time for us to fly off yet, so we seen like food area, so we ran over there to get something to eat. And after we all got our separate things to eat, once again, I'll insert a picture somewhere in here. Then we just waited for when it was time for us to actually board, then they were doing their like calls of like the people who were supposed to board first and so on and so forth. And then when it was our turn to board, we walked in, and yeah, I had a window seat. I sat away from the people that I was with for the first flight because when we booked the tickets, we were kind of just trying to hurry and get our tickets. And so, and I really wanted the window seat, so I could have sat by them if I wanted to get a different seat, but I wanted the window seat for my first flight, so that was the seat that I got. It was no one there else but me and this other dude, and that was the flight there. For the flight there, there was a little bit of a backup of flight traffic, because so many people were flying to New York at the time we were there. It was like a really busy time. We were going to a festival. A lot of people were going to that festival. It was the Global Citizens Festival. I'll insert clip once again. But yeah, the festival was fun. It was a lot of people there. Like I said, a lot of people flew over there. I know a lot of people from Twitter who were going, who I spoke to who were going. We went. Like I said, it was a big thing. Also, just the time of year, a lot of people were visiting at the time in general, so there was that. So yeah, because of that, our pilot decided that it was too busy, so he had to kind of wait a bit, stall. So he just kind of did a bunch of donuts in the air, and you could see it on the little screen map that they had. We were doing donuts. He announced it as well, but it was just to pass the time until he could go, because it was a bit more of traffic. And then after that, we finally went to our destination. Okay, what else? Oh, do not make the same mistake I made. Yeah, the tank top, the biker shorts, the Crocs. Okay, so the Crocs were good. Like I said, I wore that for a reason. And maybe the biker shorts and the tank top would have been good on any other occasion, any other day. I mean, we weren't going anywhere but to the hotel our first day there. But I don't know why we didn't pay attention to the weather, but I was not prepared for it to be as cold as it was when I reached New York. We flew from Florida to New York. It was a big weather difference. Hot, beaming sun to freezing cold. And like, it was like such a dramatic shift. The second the plane landed, I was like, oh no, like I just made a big mistake. It was that cold. And to make matters worse, I had a jacket, but when we were rushing to get our things out of the car and get on the like shuttle bus, I somewhere in between all of that and stuffing some of my mom's things in my luggage that she wanted me to put in my luggage, I left my jacket in the car. So I had no jacket this whole trip, and it was raining and cold the whole time we were down there. We were drenched, head to toe drenched. By the time we got back to the hotel from the festival, then it had rained all day. Shoes drenched, clothes drenched. It was just cold and wet. But it was still a good time regardless. It was still a fun time regardless. It's not like it dampened anything. It was just like, okay, you should have thought better. And then on top of that, I was like not used to the whole New York shopping scene or anything like that, so I didn't know exactly where I would get like a coat or a jacket from if I actually wanted one. So yeah, pretty sure I ended up borrowing one for someone else. But yeah, like I said, it was fine, but pay attention to the weather. Make sure that whatever you're flying there in is considerate of the weather as well, because those shorts and that tank top was not, and I was cold, but I dealt with it. Anyways, what else can I say about the flight to New York? Oh, we did choose airport that we were flying from with, like, it was intent behind that. Like, we didn't want to fly from any old airport or a small like airport. We wanted to go to fly at a nice airport, and I do like the experience that comes with that. Well, that came with it for me anyways. I did have a nice time. It was a good experience, a good first flight, so I wanted to enjoy the complete experience, and I did. I think the Orlando's airport is really nice. Even cooler, New York's airport, well, LaGuardia specifically, the one that we our plane landed to flew to. Really nice airports all around. They even have like a little shop you can go and buy things from, and there's like no worker. You just go to the checkout, self-checkout, and you check out. There's no worker. It's just the items and the checkout, and that's it. They do hike up the prices. It is expensive, I will not lie to you, but yeah, that was still fun regardless. We had fun on the flat moving escalator thing. It doesn't go up and down, it just goes side to side. But yeah, that was fun as well. Once again, I'll insert clips. I was recording them and then they fell. But anyways, because they weren't paying attention. But yeah, so that was that. Like I said, more about the, I guess, JetBlue seats. One of the couple of the reasons that I chose them, leg room. You have a lot of that with JetBlue. You have a good amount of leg room. It's not squashed. Your kneecaps aren't going to be against the back of somebody's seat. Neither is someone else's kneecaps going to be against the back of yours, unless they're just being rude or obnoxious for whatever freaking reason, and they're doing it on purpose. Comfortable chairs. It wasn't like stiff or like uncomfortable feeling. That it didn't make me feel like I need to get out of the seat now, I'm uncomfortable. It was comfortable seats. I personally brought my tablets and headphones. I heard earplugs are better for like ears not popping and stuff like that. I had earmuffs, not earmuffs, headphones that go on top of your, I had headphones that go on top of your ear. Was fine. I didn't have any ear popping problems, to be honest with you. I downloaded what movies I could, so that way I could watch them on my tablet while I was on the flight, even though I really didn't watch anything. I was pretty much caught up in the scenery of everything or whatever. I did do a little bit, but you know how things are. When it's a new experience, you just want to enjoy it. But yeah, JetBlue would fly again. Orlando Airport would go again. LGA or LaGuardia would go there again as well. Great experience. Didn't have any issues. I hope that you also don't have any issues with your first flight. And if this video helped you in any way, great. If not, then there's a bunch of other videos that will help you as well. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and comment for more videos like this, and support me so I can go on more trips, because yeah. Have a nice rest of the year, and have an even better 2025.